thigh is not quite straight, but it's quite a bit straighter. We've taken our stirrups down 4 holes, which is remarkable. Good for you, good for you. And one thing too that'll happen when your stirrups are short, the new boots are so stiff, you'll get rubbed in the back of the knee, and that's uncomfortable. So we've got to do more open here. There, see, that allows the calf to come on. If we grip too much, the lower leg comes off. If you've got a really hot horse that doesn't take a whole lot of lower leg, you can get away with that. But most horses need your lower leg wrapped around to really get them to use their belly muscles and connect. Okay? I'll be here. Here we go. Now, stand up and don't push against my hand. Don't push against my hand. You've got to use your muscles differently. There you go. Sit back down. Now stand up and don't push against my hand.
I'm using my other foot though.
Well, I can't be on both sides of the horse.
But I suppose I mean you don't want me to.
You've got to use your muscles differently.
So I've got to grip hold of the horse's
Wait, did I
belly
turn this the wrong way?
to do that.
What did I do? Oh no, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm using this calf muscle to stand up. Stand up. So you've been jamming your heel to stand up. Now, of course, when we're standing here, you don't have the horse boosting you up, right? So it's different. There you go. Did you jump? Did you used to jump?
Not really.
Not really? Stand up. There you go. Let's use it on this side.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
You want to be a little careful. You're going to overarch. You're doing a slight pelvic tilt. Okay, so neutral spine means that the pelvis is slightly tilted so that you want a little bit of arch in your back, but if you overarch, which you tend to, if you overarch, that's a little bit of strain on your lower back. So it's slight pelvic tilt. It just opens up your hip joint. There. And then,
So my sit bones are straight down
yes.
currently.
Yes, it feels like your sit bones plug into the saddle. If they're unplugged because you're standing up or overarched this way, which you're not, then it makes it very difficult to get that movement up through your pelvis and spine. Stand up again. A little more forward. There you go. Don't push against me though. There. So your right leg is much more underneath you than your left leg.
And we do have a thing where my left leg.
Tighten this up so much. You don't stand up by tightening your butt. Use your legs. Now stand up. A little higher. She says, I can't.
No, it's weird.
I know it's weird.
Yoga.
You've been doing this a long time. Don't push against me. There you go. Use your muscles differently. There you go.
Okay.
Good girl. Now, it's hard when you're standing here because when you're posting, you have the horse lifting you. She has no lift. But she does have to change the mechanics of how she posts because, without meaning to, you're posting off your feet,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You post off your calf.
But with the stirrups so short, I have no choice really but to. Yes.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how you do that, really. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's
See,
okay.
now, with this length of stirrup, the saddle fits you.
Yes, yes.
But when they were so, I was just looking and going, you know, with your leg that high, it looked as if the flap was much, much too long. Yeah, it's much better now. Okay, so let's do a little posting and think about how that feels. And even though when you come to a clinic, working on how to sit the trot indoor, how you're posting seems very basic, it couldn't be more important. So now with this long stirrup, it will feel quite different.
Yeah, my left stirrup's come out.
You losing it?
Yeah, that's okay. We won't keep practicing.
It's okay.
So I can put a little bit of weight in the stirrups, somewhat.
A little bit,
Otherwise, I'm going to lose
but not much. It's not like, now obviously compared to where you were, it's going to feel like you have very little in the stirrups because your stirrups are so short, you had to have had a lot of weight in your feet. And probably, you rode with a shorter stirrup because you were losing your irons. I would rather have you ride without irons and get your legs longer than just take the stirrups up. And I'll tell you, I don't see that very often. Most of the time with dressage riders, they rode too long a stirrup, but not in this case. go, now change direction. Such a pretty horse. Says, yes, I am, thank you. I'm beautiful.
Very dainty.
I love Decatur.
Very dainty.
Thank you, spread the word.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like them because they can be,
They don't ride well enough, quite frankly.
they're sensitive, I guess.
Yeah, they're sensitive. They're, for many of our amateur riders, are not quite, they're a little bit too smart and a little bit too sensitive.
Yeah, they're too smart for me. I'm too
They're
overreactive.
smart.
But I mean, just,
So do you see how I kind of see your left leg as an open door policy?
I do.
So when you circle left, the circle's small, when you circle right, the circles are large. One thing you can do, sometimes when you're schooling, put some cones out to make sure you ride an accurate 20-meter circle and make sure that he really gives you the same shape and size circle both directions. Oh, this coffee's delicious. Yummy.
Thank you.
She made me a new cup. Oh, boy.
Why aren't you here?
Well, the first one's died.
They died.
Yeah, so I have some new ones. I got new ones. I'm all right. There you go. It's okay. You'll get used to it. Okay.
I like it.
Now walk.
Oh, I just have to train my body.
Now canter.
Okay.
Your expression was classic.
Yeah, I know.
So if you have a grippy thigh or you have a tight butt, it's very difficult to roll that seat under in the canter, but you're doing it now.
I love the canter and its length stirrup. It
It's
feels
really,
nice.
it's really comfortable, isn't it? Yeah, and that's not too long at all.
It's quite appealing to the.
We've now
visual.
gone down 4 holes. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Good girl. Yeah, see, your thigh and knee opens up much more. I don't even think we got to the canter yesterday with those short stirrups, but
We just did.
just,
touched
you
on
just
it.
barely did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's okay, doesn't matter. Just regroup, go the other way. When someone changes your position that much, you'll find there'll be moments where he'll get a little confused or he might do his own thing. Just keep thinking about you and then feel as though if you get disorganized, just regroup. And notice he falls a little left both directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, good boy. Come talk to him. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, I am good.
Good boy.
Yep. There. Attractive horse. You two look great together. Perfect size for you.
Their personalities are similar. Yes.
He's a little spookier than she is.
She's sort of high energy.
Yeah, obviously.
Just rolling.
Good boy. There you go. One more circle.
Fine.
And then back to trot.
Yeah.
Good. And then back to trot. There you go. And then walk. Rest your legs for a minute. So, you may find yourself having to give yourself little reminders without irons here and there.
Yes.
Because there's no question that it's the best way to develop your seat. I mean, and if you have a nice horse like this who is okay with it, then you're fine. If you don't, then you have to find someone who will lunge you. Now, some people are more interested in giving their students lunge lessons than others. I don't know why. When I learned, that was just standard procedure. And it is interesting, as you meet people, you see someone, for the most part, who has a seat that is enviable, they have had a lot of lunge lessons. I can't remember who it was. I saw someone, I said, okay, so now tell me, how many lunge lessons have you had? And they just laugh, like, oh, you can't even imagine. I'm really? And so,
And
that's,
can I get as much out of me riding him without the stirrups, and not on the end of the lunge line, as if I would on the end of the lunge line?
well, the advantage of being on the end of the lunge line is you can do exercises that we can't do here.
Yeah.
You know, what I'll do for someone like you, who is trying to really explore how the body moves, a very good exercise on the lunge line, you can't do it off the lunge line, is you tie the reins up, obviously, there's horses segments on it. You punch in rhythm with the trot. It just gets your body moving with the horse, and you'll feel your hips starting to let go. And it's really good for getting that aggression out. You know, you picture whoever it might be. You're like, okay. And you have to punch in the rhythm, okay? What you'll see, it's really funny. Some women are like, you know, I'm like, well, no, that's not the rhythm of the trot. And I say, no, punch at every stride. You'll see them come punch, punch. I'm like, no, not a jab.
Right?
Punch, punch, punch. And you can see, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah.
you can see the body starting to move.
And relax.
It carries down through here, okay? And so that's a useful exercise. There are other exercises you can do. You can, when you're on the lunge line, you can actually take your fingers and feel the hip joint. Say, okay, is that moving? Or am I locking down on it? You can hold on to the front of the saddle, open the thighs a little bit, get the seat deeper. And then, so the punching is good. If someone has difficulty in the canter, a swinging arm in the canter, in rhythm with the canter to get, but you don't have a problem with that. Some people have difficulty following the motion of the canter, and that gets them a little bit more into what the rhythm should be, but you don't have a problem with that. You're very comfortable in the canter. It's specific to the trot for you.
Yeah.
So, lunging allows you to do, and there are other exercises you can do. I mean, you can circle with your arms, you can practice turning your head, you can, there's all kinds of exercises. So, actually, a student of mine, Emily Esterson, wrote a book on lunge lessons. And it was pretty good. She's a pretty good writer. She wrote one on bits too that's really quite good. And I keep waiting for her to dedicate one of these books to me. She should, but it's been a few years, like 15. Okay, so now let's work a little bit on some lateral work. This is awesome, good. So show me, what have you been working on? Have you been working on leg yielding? What have you been working on? Yes? Okay. Wait, turn around so I can hear you. I'm missing part of it.
You did that 1-3 test, and you work on 1-3 test,
Yes,
so we need leg yields in that.
right. And the 1-3 test has changed now, the 10-meter circle. So, but it is the same leg yield off the rail, leg yield back to the rail. So start with that in the walk, and then we'll look at it in the trot. You can do it going away from me too. It doesn't matter. It's 3 degrees at home.
3.
Yeah, great. Something to look forward to.